What's going on, Laker fans? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Lakers have one of the toughest remaining schedules in the NBA. We're going to break it down and tell you what we think their record will be for the last 24 games of the season, what seed that we think they're going to get in the Western Conference in just a second. But quick reminder, for all the latest Lakers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Lakers content, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And as always, some of your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Lakers 24-8 question of the day. What do you think the Lakers record will be for their remaining 24 games, and what seed do you think they'll ultimately get? Let me know down below. And for all the latest Lakers news, head over to alllakers.com. And just like that, the All-Star break came and went, and it gave Laker fans a much-needed break from the purple and gold. It has been an up-and-down season. I've called it the purple and gold and beautiful because it's been a soap opera in LA. But 24 games left to play. The Lakers sitting at 27-31 in the Western Conference. They're currently holding on to the 9th seed, which would have them face the Portland Trail Blazers in the play-in game. But at 27-31, if you look at their competition right now in the Western Conference, the Lakers are 6 games behind the Denver Nuggets for the 6th spot. And with the 6th spot, that's the key because you get the automatic berth for the playoffs. You don't have to worry about those play-in games. And they're also 3.5 games behind the 7th-seed Minnesota Timberwolves and 1.5 games behind the 8th-seeded Clippers. So they're 2.5 games ahead of the 10th-seeded Trailblazers, who, like I said, hold on to that final spot in the Western Conference. But these first 4 games are pivotal for the Lakers to start the post-All-Star break final stretch to the playoffs, because tonight they take on the Clippers and they follow that up with the Pelicans at home, a very winnable game, of course, and then the Mavericks at home on March 1st, and then they take on the Clippers again. It's, of course, a quote-unquote road game, which we know will be mainly Laker fans, but they played the Clippers twice in their first 4 games. And yes, the Clippers will be playing without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but the Clippers have won 5 in a row against the Lakers. Guys like Reggie Jackson, Hartenstein seem to give them fits, and they play up to the Los Angeles Lakers. Also, when you look at Lakers versus winning teams this year, they have an 8-16 record against opponents with a winning record. The Clippers, they're 5-6 against division opponents. The Lakers, they're 15-19 in conference matchups this season. So we'll see. Can the Lakers come out and say, hey, we're not going to pack it in. We're not just going to give up. We're not going to throw in the towel on this season. Yes, we're without Anthony Davis, but we do get Carmelo Anthony back. Russell Westbrook has had some time to rest, some time to think, and we know that in the second half of the season, that is when the Brody is at his best. One of my bold predictions for the final stretch of the season is that Russell Westbrook will average 20 points per game. I think he's going to average 20 points per game down the stretch. He's going to want to come out and empty the tank. He knows that everyone's saying that he is a cancer to this team, that was the worst trade in Lakers history. Russell Westbrook is an MVP, he's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. He made the NBA's All-75 team, and I think he wants to go out there and make a statement and show the world that he still has it. I'm not saying he's going to average a triple-double for the rest of the season like Ramona Shelburne said, but I think that he is going to play well, and really the Lakers need him to play well and put up points, especially with Anthony Davis out with that ankle injury. But NBA.com, they have listed the Lakers as having one of the top 3 toughest schedules down the stretch. Along with the Bucks and Bulls, the Lakers' final 24 games is definitely difficult. You have 14 road games, you have 4 back-to-backs, you have an opponent's winning percentage of .538. That is the highest in the Western Conference. 14 teams with above 500 records. And like I said, when it comes to cumulative win percentage, the Lakers' .538 opponent's win percentage is the highest in the league following the All-Star break. So really the big key when you look at the schedule is how will the Lakers perform on the road. So far this season, the Lakers are 9-18 on the road for a .333 win percentage. You compare that to home, where they're 18-13 with a .581 win percentage. That is the biggest differential in the league. So yes, it is a difficult schedule. Make no mistake about it, especially considering they'll be playing without Anthony Davis, but they do have a shot to get off to a good start because 6 of their first 8 games following the All-Star break are against teams with below 500 records, and 2 of those 8 games are against the Clippers. So you have 1 at home and 1 on the road. So I really like how this schedule lines up for this Laker team that is squad's been decimated by injuries. They haven't had the opportunity to build that chemistry, but they're in position right now with these favorable 8 games to start climbing in the Western Conference. And today, Frank Vogel, he talked about where the Lakers are at in the standings. He told reporters, we know exactly where we are in the standings. We're 6 back from the 6th spot. We're 3.5 back from the 7th spot. We're 1.5 back from the 8th spot. We know that the goal would be to get to the top 6. That's a long shot, but still within reach if we come out strong. If we're not able to get that, then getting into that first play-in game is the goal. So yeah, to be honest, the Lakers do have their work cut out for them when it comes to catching the Nuggets in that 6th spot. You're down 6 games with 24 to play. That is not going to be easy, but you want to try to find a way to avoid that play-in tournament any way you can, because that could have a chance to be one and done. The Lakers, the 9th seed, if they play the Blazers in that first game, I like the Lakers' chances. I think they would win, but you just never know. And one and done, you just never know. Anything can happen. It's a March Madness style of play, and if they lose that game, their season's over. But let's say they win that game, they take on the loser of the 7-8 play-in game to determine who will be the 8th seed. So if the Lakers win that, then they get the chance to take on most likely the Phoenix Suns, who are 6.5 games above the Warriors right now in the Western Conference. And yes, Chris Paul is going to be out for most, if not all, of the regular season, so maybe the Warriors can find a way to catch the Suns. But either way, it's going to be a tough matchup for the Lakers if they are the 8th seed and they have to take on either the Suns or the Golden State Warriors in that first round. But let's say they can find a way to get that 6th seed. They take on the Grizzlies in the first round. You would feel better about that matchup. But I really see the final 24 games going in so many different directions with all of the distractions, all of the drama with LeBron James's camp and Rob Pelinka in the front office, Russell Westbrook being involved in trade talks, Anthony Davis being injured. Look, there's definitely a chance that they could just fall flat and not even make the playoffs. Let's be honest, that's definitely a realistic scenario. Or they can put it all together and say, hey, let's make a run at this thing. Maybe they can find a way to go 17-7 and climb up the standings and maybe finish with the 7th or 8th seed. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think the Lakers record will be in their final 24 games? What seed will they end up with? Also, if you want to give me a bold prediction for the final 24 games, drop that down below. My name is D-Mac. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all latest Lakers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Lakers content, smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And until next time, go Lakers!